Good morning, everybody. Friday morning. It is Friday, right? I feel like it's been Friday all week. The girls in the office will laugh at me because on Tuesday I said, "Gosh, is it Friday today?" I really felt like it was, and I felt that way again on Wednesday and again yesterday. So it's been Friday all week to me. So I've been ready to do coffee talk all week for you. So I raised my cup to you this morning. Happy Friday, happy coffee talk, and I'm excited about it. I've got some really fun stuff. We're going to talk about septis. We're going to talk about HVACs. We're going to talk, unfortunately, we're going to talk about dogs. We're going to talk about the Super Bowl. We're going to talk about winter. Winter. Did we have winter? Think about that for just a second. Did you look at the weather forecast in Raleigh next week? Are we really going to have winter? It's going to be 70-something degrees all the way through next Thursday. It's going to be in the 60s every single day. Now, I've got some friends of mine that are going to be really excited about that. I'm ready for winter. I mean, no ice fishing. I mean, of course, we're not going to ice fish in Raleigh, but we've got nothing. There's no snow. There was no ice. There wasn't even any, like, freezing mix. There was no school delays. There was no nothing. It has been the worst winter on record. I mean, honest to goodness. So for those of you that love summer and cherish the heat, God bless you and congratulations. But for those of us that like a little bit of winter, I'll tell you what, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for a little snow. I'm ready for maybe we need to head north. Maybe we need to go up north for a little bit and spend a week up north. And maybe that'll cure me because I saw my friend Jason Adams post this morning. He's a golf course superintendent up in New England, and he was posting pictures of beautiful golf courses and things, telling us that he was ready for summer. So I get the sense that maybe their winter's been a little more harsh than ours, but winter just never showed up here in Raleigh this year, and for that, I'm slightly disappointed. I'm curious. Were you ready for winter? Are you still ready for winter? Anyhow, I'll tell you one thing that comes whether you like winter or not, and that's the Super Bowl. Hey, good morning, Christina. It's the Super Bowl, and so it's Super Bowl weekend. And there's lots of things happening. So many of you will be going to Super Bowl parties. Maybe you're hosting a Super Bowl party. There's all sorts of fun things that happen this weekend on Super Bowl Sunday. Several things about that. Number one, do you agree with me that Super Bowl should not be on a Sunday? It should be Super Bowl Saturday, right? I mean, think about how much productivity we lose as Americans on Monday because Super Bowl is on Sunday evening. I've always felt they should move, especially since they've got a 2-week break between the championship games and the Super Bowl. Why not just have the Super Bowl on a Saturday evening, right? Does that not just make more sense? It makes logical sense to me. But I'm curious, what will you do for the Super Bowl? Hey, good morning, Sue. Thank you. What will you be doing for the Super Bowl? Are you going to a Super Bowl party? Are you hosting one? I'm going to share with you what we do. So we used to go to Bill and Sue's house down on Fuquay every year. And great time, great party, and I love that we're always invited. But we stopped going once Cole, my now 15-year-old, was old enough to be excited about the Super Bowl. We decided to start staying home and watching it with him, and, of course, now Camden and what have you. But the four of us, along with my mother, we all get together and watch Super Bowl together every year, and we do a big prop sheet. So we do like 30 questions, and everybody throws in a few bucks, and we do 30 questions like, who will win? What will the first score be? Will it be a touchdown, a safety, or a field goal? How long will the national anthem be? Will it be over or below 2 minutes and 12 seconds? Whatever those prop bets are, we'll come up with our own list of 30 of those, and we all put in a couple of bucks. And then we also do one of those big Super Bowl squares where you have 100 squares on a sheet, and we each get 20 squares. And so it makes the Super Bowl fun. You get to spend it with family, a little safer that way. But again, there's going to come a day where, and we've talked about this so many times on Coffee Talk, there's going to come a day where the boys are going to be out of the house and living their own lives, have their own social lives, that I'm going to just cherish every bit of that as long as I can. I know there's always going to be a Super Bowl party to go to. There's always going to be friends to go visit with, and I'm so grateful for that. I don't undervalue that, but I certainly value very much the time I get to spend with my boys and watching things like the Super Bowl. Now, I also know that my buddy Cole, he's 15. Here's what I expect Cole to be doing during the Super Bowl. I expect him to be up in the bonus room doing this, and checking the score on occasion and doing this. And I get that. I do. But the fact that we're here together, might get some wings together, I'm excited for that. So what are you going to do for the Super Bowl? Hey, good morning, Jeremy Mitchell. I hear you, Mitch. I hear 1 year removed, baby. 1 year removed. Hey, Lumpy, tell me, did Mahar win the basketball game against Frontier last night? I haven't seen any posts yet today. Let me know. Anyhow, so that's what we're doing for the Super Bowl. Do you have a favorite prop bet? And again, I know. What are you making for the Super Bowl? Like, we'll order in some wings. Jen's going to make some things and what have you. But what is your go-to item for the Super Bowl? Are you one of those buffalo wing chicken dip kind of people? let me know. Oh, sweet. That's a great lump. So Mahar, my old high school, had a big ball game last night and ended up winning that. So thank you, buddy, for sharing. Third thing I want to talk about today is what you're going to be drinking at the Super Bowl. So I don't know about you guys. When I was younger, man, a nice good, cold beer or a couple of mixed drinks. I love making my own homemade Bloody Marys. I'll be drinking seltzer water. I am the epitome of a guy that's approaching 50. Think about that for a second. I'll be drinking seltzer water at the Super Bowl. Yeah, it's slightly embarrassing, but man, I don't know about you, but where has this been our whole lives, this flavored seltzer water? Man, I love it. Montez, I know you love it too. So when you check in on this later today, that's a shout out for you. I'll tell you what's going to drive me to drink, and I mean really drink. I have to replace not only my downstairs HVAC system, right, my heating and cooling system, I also have to replace my upstairs heating and cooling system. But before I get to do that, guess what else I get to replace? I have to put in a whole new septic system. So yes, the Kima family, we're all going to be drinking, I think. We've got to put in a septic and 2 HVAC systems. So pray for us. The spring is going to be an interesting time around here for sure. But it should be fun. It should be fun. We've got some really cool real estate things to talk about. I do want to talk about a couple of other things really quickly. One in particular, I raised my cup, and I'm going to ask you guys to do the same. Mitchell, I know you'll have a heart for this. My sister contacted me this morning. My sister lives in New Hampshire, and her longtime black lab, her dog Sadie, is on her way to the vet today, and it's her final day. She's going to be putting Sadie down. It's been a little bit of a battle recently with some physical issues and some health issues, but Sadie's last day is today. So if you would join me today, raise your cup of coffee, whatever it is you're drinking, and say a little prayer, positive energy for my sister Chrissy and my brother-in-law Joel, and of course their dog Sadie. If you'll do that for me, I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm lucky enough that Ozzy's so young right now that I'm not even thinking that way, but I can't imagine the pain that Chrissy's going to experience today. So if you would join me in that. So I see we got some buffalo wings, we got some beer, some more lobsters. Lumpy, I'm coming to your house for the Super Bowl. So a couple of major announcements. One we made on Facebook earlier this week. Our commercial team just took on our largest project we're super excited about. Here in Wake Forest, we just took over 45,000 square feet of brand new to-be-built retail space on Forestville Road, directly across from Heritage High School. So really classy first-class buildings. If you haven't seen it yet, check out our page. You can check us out on Kima Commercial as well. But a really first-class retail shopping center. It's going to look fantastic. There'll be no turning lanes into and out of Forestville Road. It's a traffic light that's there existing. The exit and on the egress into and out of the shopping center will actually be on a side road. So really excited about bringing that to that area, and we're super thrilled to have been chosen to represent this developer. So super excited about that. And then yesterday, if you saw on our Facebook page yesterday, we came on and did a ribbon cutting for 2 really high-end custom homes in downtown Raleigh. If you haven't seen those, check those out as well. I'm going to give you a real estate tip. And guys, this is a big tip for anybody in any part of the country. And this is really important. If you're looking at resale homes, and heck, maybe even new construction, I don't know. I'm going to have to ask a couple of my friends who own some new construction companies about this. But a really big tip, and this is important. Buyers, when you're in houses, assume you're being recorded. Assume you're being either recorded by video and or by audio. And it doesn't have to be a Ring doorbell. It doesn't have to be a hidden system in the house. Let me tell you how simple people can hear you. I was in a house recently to do a listing presentation, and the person I was with told me that let's keep our voices down because my soon-to-be ex-husband can hear everything we're saying. And I said, oh, you're wired. And she said, no, it's the cookie dispenser for the dog or the biscuit dispenser for the dog. And I said, what? Apparently, they have a cookie dispenser where you can remotely dispense a cookie out to your dog, which I know Ozzy would love. I can see him staring at me right now. Ozzy would love that. But it also has a two-way on it, so they can hear what's going on in the house. I thought that was really interesting. So here's what I will tell you. We've had sellers that have heard everything that you've said in our houses, right? They've heard everything. Legal or illegal, I'm telling you right now, you are likely being heard and or recorded in the things you say. So what I would encourage you to do is get to the bottom of the driveway if you're going to show any excitement about the house, any negativity about the house, any of those kind of things. Don't have those open discussions inside the house. In days gone by, that was certainly, you'd sit in the living room and talk openly about what you like and didn't like. Take good notes and have those discussions off the premises, because these days people are hearing you. They can, and even those Ring doorbells, they can even hear you out in the driveway. So just be careful when you're out looking at houses. A, you may not want to offend somebody. B, you may not want to give up your position in terms of your leverage when you get into negotiating the buy or sale of a home. So there's your tip for the week. A couple of real estate tidbits that are really, really interesting. 12,722 homes right now in our market that are either on the market, pending, or contingent, right? That means they're under contract or they're available. Of those 12,722, which, by the way, is a historical, almost at historical lows, 6,584 of those are active. 6,138 of those are pending and contingent. But let's look deeper. Here's what's really interesting. So 6,584 of these active homes, that is down 3% from the beginning of the year. So 1 month ago, right? So we're 1 month in. That's down 3%. Not a big shift, right? I mean, that you might think not a lot of homes came onto the market is what you might think. Well, we know differently. Spring market has gotten here already. If you're waiting until April, you're making mistakes. The spring market is here now. It's the earliest it's ever arrived. Think about this. The under contract, we had 4,982 homes under contract on January 1st. We now have 6,138 homes under contract. Guys, we're up 23% for homes that went under contract in January. Buyers are out buying. People are listing their homes, but as soon as they list them, they're going under contract. So think about that for just a second. Just think about that. We're up 23% for pending and contingent homes under contract, and we're only down 3% for listings. Guys, the market is hot and it is flying in a variety of price points right now. Call us if you have any questions about the market. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, doesn't matter. And if you just want to talk about the market, contact us. Let one of our associates, or even me, if you want to call me direct, I would love to have that conversation, and let's talk about the market. We're down to 1.86 months of inventory. 1.86 months of inventory. For those of you that don't know what that means that if we stop adding houses to the inventory right now in our market, it would literally take us less than 2 months to sell every house on the market, if we sold at the same pace. Guys, we are still sitting very heavily in a seller's market. Raleigh's at 1.34, even worse than Raleigh, 1.3 months worth of inventory. Wake Forest, by contrast, is at 2.3. Sounds high, right? 2.3 months worth of inventory. But let's look at Wake Forest a little deeper. And Wake Forest is telling the same story that Cary's telling, that Apex is telling, that Holly Springs is telling. Listen to this. So 416 homes are active right now in Wake Forest for you to go out and buy. 416 homes. And there are 312 that are under contract. Listen to these numbers. We had 417 homes active on January 1st. We have 416 homes active today, right? Pretty stagnant. We had 249 homes under contract in Wake Forest on January 1. We've got 312. Guys, that's a 25% increase in homes that have gone under contract in Wake Forest since January 1. Again, I tell you, if you're thinking about buying or selling a home, the market is now. Do not wait until April or May. The market has begun. And if you're looking to sell, there's less competition right now because so many people are going to wait until March, April, and May to get their houses on the market because that's the traditional spring market. So if you're thinking about it and you're looking for less competition, which can potentially mean higher results, please call us today. Let's talk about that. Let us see if we can't guide you through that. Two markets where the inventory is actually increased, the actives, that is, has actually gone up this month. And that would be Fuquay Varina and the Wendell Zebulon. We look at that as one market together. But Wendell Zebulon and Fuquay Varina have had a slight uptick in their currently active inventory. Otherwise, everybody else is down for inventory, but really, really up for pendings and contingents. I hope that helps you this week, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. Chrissy, one last raising of the Kima Cup to you. I hope you, Sadie, and Joel have a good day as best as it can be. Love you guys. We'll talk to you next week.